In just 2 days, we find out who saved Grogu from the Jedi Temple, and I think it's going to change everything. Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about who I think is going to save Grogu from the Jedi Temple in this week's episode of The Mandalorian. But before we do that, we have done it. We have hit 100 subscribers, and in fact, we actually have hit 150 already. It just means so much to me, and we're almost already on our way to 200 subscribers, and I just can't believe it. So if this is your first time here, please consider taking a moment and hitting that subscribe button. As I always say, it's free. And let me know down below who you think is going to save Grogu this week. So there are so many different hints that we've been getting throughout this week regarding this episode of The Mandalorian. First, we know that Carl Weathers is directing, but co-directing is Dave Filoni. Now, since Dave Filoni is co-directing, you know something special is going to be in this episode. Dave is responsible for Ahsoka, the Clone Wars, pretty much everything that I grew up with, and I know he's not going to disappoint this week. Carl Weathers also just does an amazing job as always, and I think he's going to do something really special here as well. First off, I think the most likely character to show up this week is Ahsoka. Her show is coming out soon, and we haven't gotten a trailer yet for the show, so I think that if she pops up in this week, we'll definitely get a trailer sooner rather than later. And it kind of makes sense for her to be the one who saved Grogu, I guess, because we see her in the Clone Wars how she navigates Order 66, but after that we don't really see much. Nonetheless, I think she's going to pop up in this episode because of a recent comment made by Rosario Dawson. She really hinted at the fact that we should all get ready for The Mandalorian episode 4, and that in itself really makes me think that she's actually involved with it. Ahsoka is 100% my most anticipated series coming up, and I love Rosario Dawson as Ahsoka. It would be amazing if we saw her back in live action before her own series, but she also might not be the one who saved Grogu, because we remember back in season 2 how she talked to him and learned of his history. So maybe she was lying, but I don't think she knows who saved him. Now let's address the elephant in the room here. Everybody, and myself included, want Mace Windu. Could you just imagine? You thought Luke Skywalker returning in season 2 was crazy? Imagine the reaction if Mace Windu pops up. Samuel L. Jackson has expressed in the past that he wants to come back as this character, and the fact that Jedi can fall from extreme heights and live. We've seen it before. And yeah, the more I think about it, I've seen Revenge of the Sith 100 times. It's my favorite movie of all time. And Mace Windu gets shocked, of course, and he's not doing too well, but he does just get thrown out of the window. And with movies and TV shows, there's one thing you always have to remember. If you don't see them die on screen, there's a chance they're still alive. I think Mace going back to the Jedi Temple after getting destroyed by Palpatine and Anakin / Darth Vader and trying to save somebody would be really, really cool. There also is another chance that it might not even be a Jedi that saves him. It could be a Mandalorian, or it can be someone we haven't met yet. While I don't think it's going to be somebody we don't know, I'm trying to, level my expectations, because the last thing I need to do is get myself super, super hype and then be disappointed. Now, another candidate is technically Darth Vader. Could you imagine during this flashback, we see Anakin taking down all these Jedi, and then he gets to Grogu and changes his mind? Or maybe Palpatine had this plan all along about cloning a Force-sensitive child, and he specifically told Vader to not kill him. I think there's a really slim chance of that happening. It would be wild and definitely would change everything about how we see Anakin's turn to Darth Vader, because he goes to the Jedi Temple and he takes out everybody without remorse. And yes, even the younglings. But I'm not going to rule it out as a possibility. I keep trying to think of who it could be, and I think they're really going to throw us off or give us something that we really wanted to see. I want to know what you guys think. I want to know who you think saved Grogu, so if you can let me know down in the comments, I promise you I'm going to read it and I'm most likely going to reply. I think the thing I'm most excited for with this episode isn't who saved Grogu. It's actually just seeing Hayden Christensen back as Anakin again. There are rumors that he's going to pop up in Ahsoka in his Clone Wars attire, and we're going to see Ahsoka and him interact, and that would just be a dream come true, because Ahsoka is my favorite female Star Wars character, and Anakin is 100% my favorite male Star Wars character. And to see them meet each other in live action would just be incredible. I wouldn't say I'm worried, but I would preface this by saying the episode is only about 36 minutes. Now, these could be the best 36 minutes ever, but having a shorter runtime usually leaves you wanting more. But who knows, this could just be a flashback episode, and I'm all for it. Similar to how Mando popped up in the Book of Boba Fett for an entire 2-episode run. Yeah, that was Boba Fett's show, but he kind of stole the show, and those were like the best episodes. And after last week's departure with focusing on Dr. Pershing, I'm interested to see how they balance wants the Mandalorian back in his own show, especially if we're getting all of these flashbacks. I'm actually going to be recording my first reaction to a full-length episode for this one, so if you want to see that, please hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications. And guys, I really think this could be huge. Maybe we'll see some Rebels characters, maybe some Clone Wars characters, or someone completely new. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see, and I'm sure it's going to blow us away. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you very, very soon.